Meet Iryo, Europe's newest high-speed rail operator. The company began operations at the end of 2022 and has been taking the Spanish high-speed rail market by storm ever since, no thanks to a level of style and service that's fairly difficult to rival. Today, I'll be taking the operator's newest route between Madrid and Alicante and showing you why I think Iryo is Spain's best train. Now let's get this show on the rails! It's a fairly early start at around 6:30 in the morning from Madrid's Chamartin station. Not the busiest or most appealing station serving the Spanish capital, but still a principal one nonetheless. Not to mention there are ongoing works to completely redevelop it. Located in the far north of the city centre, this fairly modern station opened in 1967 and represents Madrid's significant growth over the years. And with the addition of many high-speed services to Valencia and Alicante in the south in 2022, to relieve pressure on Madrid's Atocha station, Chamartin now sees over 42 million passengers a year. At this time of morning, most, if not all, of the station's shops are closed, including the Casa Iryo, the operator's booking office, which opens at 8 AM, just before our train leaves Madrid, so it's best to head over to the boarding area now. For those not familiar with Spanish high-speed railways, they operate airport-style security. Introduced principally due to threats from ETA when it first opened in the 90s, and it's still in place 30 years later. If there are no queues like here, it only takes a couple of minutes. There's also no need to take out electronics or liquids from your bags. Prior to 2021, all national trains in Spain were operated by the Spanish national rail operator Renfe, with high-speed services being provided under its AVE brand. This changed in 2021 when the liberalization of the Spanish high-speed rail market saw SNCF provide services under its low-cost Ouigo brand, with Renfe then counter-attacking with their low-cost Avlo service the same year. And finally, ILSA, a consortium of Italy's state rail operator Trenitalia, and Spanish regional airline Air Nostrum became the third and last entrants into the Spanish high-speed rail market under their Iryo brand. Unlike Ouigo and Avlo, however, Iryo is intended as a full-service offering and is not a low-cost operator, meaning it directly competes with Renfe's full-service AVE offer on many high-speed routes across Spain, including its newest service to Alicante, with 2 return trains a day running as of June 2023, a month before this video was recorded. Despite this, there is no Iryo lounge present in Chamartin. You'll instead find one across the road from Atocha station, which is around a 30-minute train ride from here, inside the Only You Hotel, with whom Iryo has a partnership with. Access is granted if you're on an Infinita or singular Only You ticket, as well as if you're part of Iryo's various loyalty schemes. The lounge is very relaxing, and you also get free drinks too, but it's more useful if you're travelling to destinations which depart from Atocha, such as Barcelona or Malaga. The lounge also opens at 9 AM, vice the advertised 7 AM on the website, so do be careful if you're planning on coming here. Around half an hour before departure, boarding commences, as is common with all high-speed trains in Spain. The main downside of the security protocols is not being able to see any of the trains until right before you leave, which does slightly spoil the novelty of train travel from my point of view. Anyway, we then head up the platform to conduct a prompt ticket check by the staff before we can access our train, which is of course Trenitalia's flagship Frecciarossa 1000. Unlike the one I looked at earlier this year, Iryo's fleet is brand new, despite the dirty appearance, having been built by Alstom, formerly Bombardier, and Hitachi between 2021 and 2023. In Spain, these trains are known as the S109 and are only operable within the country. There's also no executive class too, making them a lot more basic than their Italian counterparts. Okay, let's get on board. Ooh, it still has that new train smell. I'll be in the highest offering available, known as the Infinita class, which is at the rear of the train where executive class would otherwise be. Now let's take our seat and go through our route to Alicante today. The bulk of our route today sees us travelling on the Madrid-Levante high-speed railway, making 2 stops at Cuenca and Albacete as we make our way out of Madrid and towards southern Spain. We then leave the high-speed line to arrive into Alacant at around 10 Central European time. This trip already looks promising and I'm so excited to show you more, so sit back and enjoy the ride. We depart from Madrid on time at 7:45 AM Central European time. As I mentioned previously, Chamartin station is located towards the northern end of Madrid city centre, meaning we'll have to navigate a tunnel to reach the high-speed line just outside of Atocha. This 7.3-kilometre tunnel opened only last year in July 2022, linking Chamartin to the majority of Spain's high-speed network to relieve congestion at Atocha. After around 13 minutes, we exit the tunnel and are able to view the depot just outside of Atocha, where Spain's extensive fleet of high-speed trains, including Iryos, are maintained. I always enjoy passing through here. It isn't much longer until we enter the high-speed line, and more importantly, when the attendant comes to serve us breakfast. But first, a warm towel, as is customary in Spain. Whilst we're waiting, let's check out the features of our Frecciarossa 1000, starting with the seat. Note that it's slightly bigger than the Italian counterpart, but has a similar level of comfort, which is still great thanks to its ergonomic and leather design. A foldable armrest is present at the aisle end of the seat, with the right armrest being responsible for operating the manual recline on the seat, which is very generous and aids the already brilliant legroom. Even the footrest was acceptable. A reasonably sized tray table is also present at the front of the seat, and just below the seat is a standard European power and USB Type-A socket, though if I had to be picky, a Type-C adapter should have been fitted to such a brand new train. A personal rubbish bin is also present, with coat hangers being located on the back of the seat and next to the window, where you can use a window blind to reduce the harsh sunlight if you need. Overall, the Frecciarossa 1000 remains as one of my favourite high-speed train interiors, even in Spain. It isn't much longer until we're nearing the top speed of the Madrid-Levante high-speed line, and the S109's authorised top speed of 300 km per hour. Fun fact, the Frecciarossa 1000 was designed to reach speeds of 400 km per hour, and it nearly reached this speed several times during the testing phase as part of potential speed upgrades on Italian high-speed lines, which sadly never happened. This high-speed line links Madrid with most cities in southeastern Spain through numerous branches, including our destination for today, Alicante. And right on cue, breakfast is served. Infinita class ticket holders have a meal included in their ticket, provided by Iryo's catering partner, Hazia. For breakfast, I went for the French breakfast, which is an array of amazing pastries. It was delicious. By the time I finished, we arrived into our first stop of Cuenca, the capital of the province of the same name. Fernando Thobel station is a strategic out-of-town high-speed station on the AVE network, located around 5 kilometers away from the city centre. With the closure of the conventional line in 2022, this is the only station left serving the city. Oh, and quick reminder to subscribe to me if you haven't already. It's free and the best way to support my work. Thanks! One thing I love about Spanish high-speed railways is the amazing terrain and mountains you pass as you travel. The scenic landscape is something that is unbeatable in most countries throughout Europe, and with the amazing ride quality of the Frecciarossa 1000 too, that further aids the comfort of this morning's journey. So you've seen Infinita class. What's the rest of the train like? Let me show you. Infinita class makes up 2 out of 8 carriages on board. The third carriage is what Iryo brands as singular only U, the lower of its 2 first class offerings. Like Infinita class, There's a 2x1 seating configuration, but with less flexibility and no complimentary meal service. Both classes also entitle passengers to a 10% discount at the hotel provider Only You, which is where the Madrid lounge is hosted, as we saw earlier, though there are restrictions as to when this can be used. This class also contains a very generous wheelchair section, with foldable seats and seatbelts too. There are many toilets located throughout the train as well, case in point here with the accessible and standard one just outside the cafe bar. This is again in partnership with Hazier. I'll skip this time as I already had my complimentary breakfast, but the menu's in the description if you want to check it out. As can be seen, it was very popular here. The fourth carriage is branded Singular Class, which is similar to Premium Class on Italy's Frecciarossa, albeit without the free drink. This is indicated by the maroon seating, like in Singular Only You Class, albeit in a 2x2 configuration. The rest of the consist is standard seating, branded as Inicial Class, which is basically what it says on the tin, the lowest fare offering available and is indicated by the brownish seat maquette. Oh, and eagle-eyed viewers will notice the trolley service provided by the host as well, which is great to give more choice for passengers. All of Iryo's fares are designed to be flexible, though minus Infinita class, that doesn't mean they're fee-free. Tickets just permit a lot more changes that wouldn't otherwise be allowed with other operators such as AVE. The fare structure and restrictions are on this table here from Iryo's website. It looks complicated on paper, but in reality it's a lot simpler, something they really need to convey a lot better in my opinion. Our last intermediate stop before Alacant is Albacete Los Llanos, the largest railway station in Castilla-La Mancha. To the right is an S330 train owned by ADIF for infrastructure work, which is the prototype of the S102 trains used by AVE and nicknamed El Pato, which is Spanish for duck, for fairly obvious reasons. The last stretch of high-speed line sees us slow down briefly as we traverse some stunning wetlands, no doubt due to infrastructure restrictions. Personally, this was one of the highlights of the trip in my opinion. Getting to experience this scenic section and enjoy it at a slower pace was fantastic. Passing through shortly afterwards sees us quickly reaching our top speed of 300 km per hour once again. Okay, let's check out the toilets now. As a change of pace, let's go for the standard one. Door locked and we can begin. For a small toilet, it's very spacious and has a wide array of features, including a baby changing facility, coat hangers, and an electric shaver power point. Bonus points too for the lack of sensors, which as most of you who are regular viewers on the channel will know, I cannot stand. Everything works as it should, so that's a thumbs up from me. Okay, time to head back and finish the journey to Alacant. So, what's my verdict? Honestly, I had one of the best journeys I've had since I got to Spain with Iryo. The product is solid and is a real game changer for high-speed rail in the country. If I were Renfe, I'd be pretty worried, especially with the food offerings. As for the cost, my Infinita class ticket cost me €57.24, which for what you get and a 2.5 hour ride is pretty decent value for money in my opinion, especially compared to AVE. I've also seen some Infinita fares as low as €28 between Alicante and Madrid if you book well enough in advance, which is insane considering the level of service provided. Having travelled on all 4 high-speed services in Spain, Iryo is by far the best and once again shows that Trenitalia knows how to do high-speed rail in Europe. I would say though that the lounge opening time and fare structure confusions are notable issues that will hopefully be rectified as the operator matures. Anyway, we end this journey just as we started it, perfectly on time into Alicante's terminal station. Over to you now. What did you think of Iryo? Have you ever used them before? Let me know down below in the comments. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Please like and share it to aid the channel's growth, and do consider subscribing and enabling notifications for more content such as this every week. I've now got a couple of hours in Alicante to have a look around on such a gloriously sunny day, so here's where I sign off. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.